Well, look what transpired after that monstrosity last night. Look what transpired. You couldn't get the fucking job done. You couldn't win a game. Last night's game, like I said, puts all of this pressure on Aaron Nola to go out there and be fucking perfect. And what happened? He crumbled. Aaron Nola didn't pitch good enough for us. He didn't pitch good enough for us to win. He didn't put us in a position to win. Our offense was dead fucking silent. We scored our first run on the first goddamn pitch of the game. After that, lifeless. Completely lifeless. And it's fucking embarrassing. It is. It really is. After last night, the game you should have won, but at this point, it is what it is. You had to go out here and win tonight. You had to go out here and salvage this series and win it. And you know what happens? You didn't fucking do it! This team is the epitome of frustration. They win 5 straight games, and then they magically crumble one game, and right now it looks like they woke up the Atlanta Braves. It looks like they woke up guys like Freddie Freeman after what happened last night. See what happens when you let a team take advantage of your mistakes. See what happens when you throw mistakes. Hector Neris, bullpen in every single extra inning last night. See what happens? Good teams take advantage of your mistakes. Good teams wake up when you make mistakes. Now, watch the Braves go on this huge run. Because right now, they look like they have woken up. And right now, I can see the Phillies going back on another losing streak and falling to 500 again. I can completely see that. Because this week will be the first time we see the Washington Nationals. And Washington, yes, they have been an up-and-down team too, but they have been getting good pitching from guys like Scherzer. They have been an up-and-down team, yes, but I can definitely see this Phillies team crumbling again and going back to 500. That's probably just the way the season is going to be. There's going to be extreme ups and there's going to be extreme lows. That's the way this season is going to be. That's the way it started, and that's the way it's going to continue. That's the epitome of what I see. Aaron Nola was not good enough today. He wasn't. And yeah, definitely, it's not fair because of what the team did to him yesterday. Because they win yesterday. There's no pressure on Aaron Nola at all. Maybe he has a better performance today. But still, it's no excuse for Aaron Nola. He didn't pitch good. That first inning was absolutely disgusting. That first inning was dreadful. It was bad. It wasn't good. This was Aaron Nola's probably his worst start and shortest start of his career. He didn't put us in a position to win. But the Phillies didn't put him in a good enough position coming into the day either. So it goes both ways. It goes on the team for not winning last night, and it goes on Aaron Nola for not pitching like an ace tonight. It goes both ways. And that's what happens. This is the result that you get. And the offense, after scoring 12 runs on Friday, 4 runs in their next 2 games. 3 runs yesterday. Well, no, actually, not 3 runs. I got that completely wrong. Because that's what it feels like. They got 7 runs last night because of the extra innings. But 8 runs in 2 games, that doesn't sound... Summary. I am pissed, as you can see. My God, I completely botched that up. But still, you get my point. The offense feels like it's been dead fucking silent. They only scored 7 runs yesterday because they won in the extra innings. If you take those extra innings away, they only scored 3 runs in 9 innings. Today, they couldn't muster anything besides of an Andrew McCutchen first pitch home run. That's all they got today. They could have scored a second one in the first inning, but JT getting to third base, and they couldn't drive him home. Third inning, you had 2 guys on, first and second with no outs. Bryce Harper, JT, Alec Boehm couldn't do jack shit. And then basically nothing the rest of the game. I think I just saw a stat in that top of the 9th inning that said that the Phillies were 0 for 11 with runners on base. And then they were 0 for 9 with runners in scoring position. It's not good. That is not good, and it's not going to win you a game. It's not going to win you a series. And your starter has to be 10 times better. Your ace has to be 10 times better. He wasn't. Your team wasn't good today. It wasn't. And like I said in the beginning, I feel like they woke up the Braves. I definitely feel that. Freddie Freeman now has 2 home runs in his last 2 games. I think they woke Freddie Freeman up too. That first inning was just so bad. It was. Like I said, you had the Andrew McCutchen leadoff home run. That was the only run the Phillies can muster. Aaron Nola, I don't think he records an out. Well, he does record it out with it in the first 3 batters, but the first 2 batters he didn't. Ronald Acuna gets a walk, steals second base. Then Freddie Freeman gets a single, which enables to score. Ronald Acuna makes it 1-1. Ozzie Albies then triples. I have no idea how the hell he drove this ball because the swing was just so short and he didn't look like he swung fully at all, but still carried to right center field. And he got a triple out of it. Then scores Freddie Freeman, makes it 2-1. Then you get a mound visit. Okay, Aaron Nola gets the second out of the inning, so maybe you can get out of this only allowing 2 runs. But no, Dansby Swanson hits a 2-run shot to make it a 4-1 game. And then he gets out of it. Bad inning for Aaron Nola. Brutal. Absolutely brutal. Just not good. It's just... I know this year mostly from Aaron Nola, I feel like he's been, I would say, more rather consistent. I feel like his numbers have been more consistent than I would say maybe last year or the year before that. He's been showing this year that he is your number 1 guy. But sometimes there are those games where Aaron Nola needs to pitch good and he doesn't. I kind of see that as a pattern. There were games last year where he had to pitch good at the end of the year and he didn't pitch good. That was him and Zach Wheeler eventually. Zach Eflin last year was the only guy that pitched good in games that they needed to win. Him and Zach Wheeler did not. But, yeah, there have been games where Aaron Nola has pitched well in games that they needed to win. Especially in games during the 2018 year where he was in the running for the Cy Young. Definitely he won games where he pitched good in games where the Phillies needed to win. But there are also some of those games where he doesn't pitch good in games they really need to win. And tonight was a game they really need to win and Aaron Nola just didn't do it. He didn't do it, especially in that first inning. Just not good enough. Not good enough at all. Go bottom of the 3rd inning. Phillies get a runner in the top of the 2nd. Didi Gregorius gets a leadoff double, and they can't do anything after that. Go bottom 3. Freddie Freeman gets a home run, and he makes it a 5-1 ball game. Aaron Nola, he only goes, it was 4 innings in this ball game. 4 innings, 5 hits, 5 earned runs allowed, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts, and 2 home runs allowed. And his ERA jumps up to 3.59 on the season. Wasn't good. He was not good enough today. The rest of the pitching staff, Ranger Suarez came in, pitched in 2 innings, allowed 2 hits, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts. From his first appearance since being diagnosed with COVID, Ranger Suarez has looked really good. He looked really good today. I'll give him that. Matt Moore comes in, pitches another 2 innings, allows 2 hits, 1 earned run, doesn't walk anyone, doesn't strike out anyone, doesn't allow a home run. So I'll guess a decent outing from Matt Moore. I'm not putting blame on the bullpen because only 2 guys were used and they pitched pretty solidly out of there, just allowing 1 run. Aaron Nola just has to be better, plain and simple. This was a game where he had to go at least 7 innings. He only went 4, and he allowed 4 runs in the first inning. Allowed 5 runs in total. It's not good enough from your number 1 starter in a game that you really needed to win. But this is also going to be a ball game where the crowd that says Aaron Nola is not an ace is going to really showcase themselves, that really loud crowd. And yeah, I've had some opinions about that in the past where I've said Aaron Nola, he's a really good number 1 starter, but he's not your true ace, and he could be a really good, a really elite second starter in your rotation. This was one of those games where maybe that's the thing. But I'm not going to fully... Like, Aaron Nola, he is the number 1 guy on this team until the Phillies try to do something else and bring in a guy that can be the number 1. Aaron Nola is your number 1. Zach Wheeler is your number 2. Zach Eflin is your number 3. These are the guys that you got. And pretty much this season, those 3 have been pretty solid. Aaron Nola pitched a really bad game today, and he didn't put you in a position to win. Plain and simple. He wasn't your ace today. Plain and simple. And your offense didn't do much either. Got 1 run. Didn't do anything the rest of the game. They were 0 for 8 with runners in scoring position, and they left 6 guys stranded on base. Not good. Not good at all. And in total, the Phillies only had 6 hits in this ballgame, so not that many. Not that many chances to really showcase any type of offense. Just not good. Not good at all. And the Braves, they get their final run today. In the bottom of the 8th inning, Austin Riley gets a double as he scores. Ozzie Albies as he gets a triple. And there was also a situation where he got caught in a run-down situation, so he got out of that. But just, like, I know I'm all over the place right now, but that's just how badly this game pissed me off. It really did. It's from going to last night's ball game, it's a game you should have won. It is. You were down to 1 strike, and Hector Neris and JT Realmuto made a terrible mistake in pitch calling, which allowed to the tie ball game. And you had all the chances in the world to win it in the extra innings, and you scored runs, but your pitching couldn't get you out of it. They couldn't. Every time you went up, they allowed the Braves to tie it. Every time you went up by 3, and De Los Santos couldn't record it out, and he allowed them to tie the ball game. It's not good enough. It's just not good. And like I said, this is going to be the team the entire year. It's their extreme highs and extreme lows. And this has been the same thing since 2019. That team, extreme highs and extreme lows. Last season's team, extreme highs and extreme lows. Right now, what we have been experiencing for the first month and a half, extreme highs and extreme lows. It's what this team is going to be. It's just a definite. They are a few games above 500 type of team, exactly 500, or a couple of games below 500 type of team. That's what they are, until they prove themselves otherwise. They just have not been consistent enough. The offense hasn't been consistent enough. Sometimes the pitching hasn't been consistent enough. The bullpen hasn't been consistent enough. Everything. And it goes back to some of those other points that I bring up a couple of weeks ago too. It feels like sometimes when the offense is hot, the pitching isn't good enough. Sometimes when the offense is cold, the pitching is really good. It doesn't feel like it goes the same, but the only time where it does feel the same is when the offense is off and the pitching's not good. The only time I've never seen a game where the pitching has been really good and the offense has been really good. If it's happened a few times this season, it doesn't feel like it happens consistently. It's either one or the other, or they're both bad. Not good. They're not good if you look at the lineup for today. Andrew McCutchen goes 1 for 3 with the leadoff home run in this ballgame. Gene Segura goes 1 for 4. Bryce Harper was not good today. He went 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts. JT Realmuto goes 1 for 3. Alec Boehm goes 1 for 4. Didi Gregorius goes 1 for 4. Rhys Hoskins got back into the lineup tonight, batting 7th, where I can understand putting Gene Segura in the 2-hole because since coming back, Gene Segura has been your hottest hitter. And honestly, even before his injury, he was one of your hottest hitters. So I can understand putting Gene higher up in the lineup. And yes, definitely the recent stretch by Rhys Hoskins hasn't been the best. He hasn't hit a home run in a while. So I can understand maybe putting him down in the 7th spot. But then when he was in... The thing with Rhys Hoskins, what it feels like it's changed for him this year, like his on-base percentage isn't as high as it was in previous because he's not focusing on walks as he usually does. He's striking out a lot more. And granted, this entire team is striking out a lot more. The entire league is striking out a lot more. So there's a little bit of a pattern there. But the home run ball for him has been way more of a factor, even though he hasn't hit the long ball, I think over a week at this point. I can understand maybe putting Rhys down there. But I don't know. I do feel like he does need to be higher up in the lineup. In that 2 spot, I would really like him to be in that cleanup spot because that's where I just feel like he has to be. But I'm also fine with him being in the 2-hole. Maybe you can move a guy like Didi down. Maybe you can move a guy like Boehm down because he's struggling. Maybe do something to them. Have Rhys higher up in the lineup. Just something. I can understand putting Gene up higher because he's proven to be your best hitter this year. I would even consider putting Gene Segura up in the leadoff spot, but Andrew McCutchen lately has been very hot, so I can understand keeping him in the leadoff spot. But you just got to be better. So Rhys Hoskins goes 1 for 4. Odubel Herrera goes 0 for 3. And Aaron Nola goes 0 for 1. Then you got some pinch hit attempts by Brad Miller, Scott Kingery. We all know what Kingery does in his in his recent stretch, striking out only at the plate. Man. This team is so frustrating. It is. I turn on the game. I see Andrew McCutcheon hit a leadoff home run on the first pitch. Oh, maybe it's going to be a little bit better today. No, it's not. It isn't. It just isn't. It sucks. It really does. And I am really frustrated. I am. This team just, like I said, extreme highs and extreme lows. Extreme both. And I'm trying to think of a positive, but I can't. I can't. And if we look at the Phillies record right now, if I go to the standings, Phillies, they're now in second place behind the New York Mets. The Phillies are now 18-17. And if you look at their record from splits between home and away, the Phillies are 13-6 at home, and they are 5-11 on the road. Yeah, that definitely describes this ball club, exactly 500. Really good home team, can't figure it out on the road. And it's been that way for the past few years as well. 2019, good at home, bad on the road. Last year, good at home, bad on the road. And this year, it's the exact same. Until you make some changes to this team, they're definitely going to be the exact same. Until you make some significant changes and get some better players on this ball club. But I know Dave Dombrowski, he's a type of guy that's not going to wait that long. Even though I remember him saying in this press conference, this is more of like a retooling phase for this team. And they're going to build this properly. But I know Dave Dombrowski is definitely going to make some moves. He's not going to settle for this much longer. He's just not that type of guy. He has the resume. He's built winning teams. He's built contending teams. He's built World Series champions. Even though, like, the aftermath, he completely plunders the prospect system. But all in for good use of trying to win. And we all know Dave Dombrowski isn't going to, I would say, wait that long. I wonder how long he's actually going to wait with this team. Maybe he does wait until the trade. I don't know. Maybe I'm looking way too far into the future, but it's something to think about. But, summary, this team is really frustrating. It is. It's really fucking frustrating. And I think that's where I'm going to leave it off for this video. Not an enjoyable ball game. And this team is frustrating. So what are your thoughts, everyone, on this video? What are your thoughts on this Phillies game? Aaron Nola's performance, the offense's performance. I want to hear all your thoughts in the comment section below as always. So don't forget to leave them down there. Don't forget to drop a like on this video. Don't forget to check out the Painted Lines, which I'm a part of. Their links will be in the description below. Don't forget to check out the links to the Flyer.pod merchandise website, and for Flyers Nitty Gritty, they will be down in the description as well. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, everyone, and I will see you next time.